God desires a relationship with us. In fact, his very being is relational. God did not intend creation to be a solo dance, whether for him or for us as humans. For example, God does not want to rule over all of life with an iron fist. And similarly, us as humans weren't even really designed to be fully self-reliant. His initial desire was actually partnership between us as mankind and him as the creator of all life. Because of this, we are all relational beings. The church is a community, and the body of Christ is not an individual act. All are called to be members of this body, but it still needs leaders. This is where you come in.
Accepting your call could look very different for each person. There are options to fulfill your call, such as becoming a pastor, leading worship, going on missions, preaching on the corner, starting a Bible study in your school, and so much more. So this being said, are you willing to accept God's call to lead his people?
When I was 8 years old, I was in a Sunday school class, and the teacher was speaking on missionaries and on places where the Bible is restricted. And he's going through countries, and all of a sudden, I stop hearing him speak. Like his mouth is still moving, but there's no words coming out. Instead, I hear something else. I hear the voice of God, and he tells me, "You are going to be mine in the country I am calling you to." It was like Jesus just took me by the sides of the face, looked me in the eyes, and said, "You are mine, and I choose you." From then, I no longer needed to worry about what I was going to be when I grew up, for I had God's purpose to fulfill.
My call was something that had been stirring in my soul throughout my entire life. Basically, I had stepped into a leadership role in my church as a worship leader simply because it was needed, and it was then that I realized that was what I had been searching for my entire life. I had finally begun to shape and form my life to his will, and that is something I'm excited about even to this day.
My call has developed gradually over my life, and looking back, I can see where God's hand has been at work in my life from the beginning of the time I was born. The first time I remember sensing my call into ministry was at Nazarene Youth Conference in 2019 in Phoenix, Arizona. From there, God started shaping me to let me know that he had plans for me within ministry through the church. I was struggling with the idea of accepting the call, but this changed in early March 2020. I had an experience where a bird flew by, and I heard God say, "If I provide for the birds and the bees, why would I not provide for you?" It was in that moment that I accepted my call into ministry.
When it comes to each of our calls, the main question is not how do I fit God into my own life. Rather, it's how do I fit into God's story for all of creation. Something commonly experienced with all calls is doubt. Megan spoke about her self-doubt within her call, and I experienced my own worries about how I would be able to fulfill my purpose within my call. Even biblical figures like Moses, Gideon, and Jeremiah were uncertain about their ability to properly serve God. But when God selects his leaders, he does not call the equipped, he equips the called. No matter what you think you can or can't do, God has put this call on your heart for a reason, and you are capable of it.
This is a lot of information, but a great place to start moving forward is by talking to your local pastor or spiritual mentor, as they too have received a call and know all about listening to what God is saying. Online sources, such as this video, are also great places to learn more about what you are currently experiencing. Whichever path you decide to take, though, just know that you are not alone. There is a whole community out there that exists to help and pray for you as you enter into this journey.